I wasn't very enthusiastic for making this video since I'm worried that Tezuka Productions will come up and, well, take my money. Sorry for being so blunt, but I gotta say it how it is. Also, I really did not like this incarnation of Blackjack. So back in October 2015, Young Blackjack premiered, in which I made a first impression video on half the series, and now I'm here to talk about the other half, which had some good stories but ironically had little to do with Blackjack. I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me start off with episodes 7 and 8. This two-parter focuses on... oh boy, my memory is fading. All I know had to do with civil rights, a bit of racism, and about a guy who didn't feel pain, so he would constantly go on these public marches in which he would get beaten, but would stand up for what was right, thus inspiring other people to do the same. Hazama Kuro, I'm still not used to saying that name, discovers his numbness to pain and is requested for this man to be cured of his condition, for this woman worries he'll die in the process. So, as you can tell by my tone of voice, I really don't remember anything from these two episodes. There was a point where Hazama intentionally scared his patient so he could confess the truth, which shows an early sign of Hazama's future in having a morally gray mindset. But aside from that, I just found the episodes forgettable. In a complete contrast, episodes 9 through 11 were easily the best of the series, but as I said before, it's ironic because Hazama has barely anything to do with it. At least, it's not from his perspective. These episodes focus on Hyakimaru, a doctor who lost his limbs in a car accident and wishes to keep working at any cost. He eventually asks Hazama to help him in an operation, which served as a major step for Hazama to become Blackjack. Since then, Hazama has been doing operations in secret by being paid money to help others who can't perform difficult surgeries. This is easily the best part of the entire anime, for both Hazama and Hyakimaru reveal their true grey colors. Hyakimaru is very similar to his original version from the Dororo manga and the anime titled Dororo and Hyakimaru, as he becomes a very gritty individual, resulting in violence that surprised me for its lack of censorship. I mean, you see a guy's leg get chopped off very clearly and everything. So without spoiling details, the ending of this story only puts Hazama closer to becoming the criminal Dr. Blackjack. In short, the story is dark and morally grey. That's just how I like my Blackjack. And finally, the last episode titled The Season of Mania is about student protesters who take things way too far, as they get a hold of guns and start taking hostages. The whole theme of this single story is basically hypocrisy, but in reality they're just getting away with crimes which actually parallels Blackjack, as he does do criminal work but it's always to save lives, never killing. But I think the saving grace of the story is the character Sapphire. Well, she goes by a different name, but it's supposed to be Princess Sapphire, aka Princess Knight. The ending is what ultimately makes Hazama become Blackjack, and I think the addition of other Tezuka characters taking a part in Blackjack's origin is a really good idea that is delivered well. So in summary, I was happy with how the series ended, but I wasn't that excited for the rest of the anime. I did enjoy episode 2 given the really dark tone and imagery, so in total I only liked 5 episodes out of 12. But this is just my opinion. I know there's plenty of people who began Blackjack with this installment, and I've been hearing positive things, which is good, but I personally think this is the weakest installment Blackjack's ever been. I mean, he's not even Blackjack yet, which is understandable, but this is definitely not a show for me. I just didn't find it engaging or as passionate as previous series, so I'm just gonna stick with these old Central Park Media DVDs of the Blackjack OVAs. And speaking of DVDs, Sensei Filmworks quickly launches this series for home video, so I'm assuming it's going to have an English dub, which I will purchase just for the 5 episodes I liked. They haven't set a release date or anything, but I'm hoping they will have an English dub, for it might change my mind in other episodes, or at least I'll remember them more than I do now. So that's all I wanted to say, and I do want to do a more presentable review of the series. Before that, I'd rather talk about the other Blackjack stuff first, assuming Yamendamo or Tezuka Productions don't cling to me like Cheap Trick from JoJo Part 4. So the next anime watch video will be my final impressions on Loboto 3rd Blue Jacket. I'm the Anime Hero and I review anime so you can enjoy it.